So how good was Chick Hicks? I mean, while he's remembered today as having more second places than any Piston Cup racer in history, it's not like he was losing to just anyone. For most of his career, Chick was competing at a high level against Trip the King Weathers, and at the end of his career, he had to face the rise of Lightning McQueen. Sure, he wasn't the best, but the truth is that Chick remained competitive while racing against actual living legends. Sure, he was a cheater and a sellout, but from everything I've learned about his specs, his team, and his mindset, I think Chick Hicks could have been one of the greats. So then the question becomes, what actually held him back from winning more Piston Cups? But before we get into that, of course, we need to highlight the fact that Chick Hicks did take home one Piston Cup, although according to the defunct attraction at Walt Disney World, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, there were many vehicles who believed that he didn't deserve to have it. And this didn't sit well with Chick. He even hacked into Lightning's racing simulator to challenge McQueen to a virtual race in hopes of proving that his win wasn't a fluke. Now, of course, Lightning won, but personally, I think when you're online, you shouldn't have to worry about bad guys like Chick Hicks messing with you. And with today's sponsor, Surfshark, you don't have to. You see, Surfshark is a VPN that allows you to securely and privately access the internet. With servers in 100 countries around the world, they can reroute your data to make it appear like you're browsing from all over the planet. Like Chick Hicks wouldn't have been able to find Lightning in Orlando, Florida if he was using Surfshark and displaying that he was online in Japan. And Surfshark doesn't just work on your computer, it can be used on your phone or tablet too. In fact, one subscription gives you access to use Surfshark on an unlimited number of devices. So you can be safe whether you're at home or on the go. And they even have additional products like Surfshark Alert that will keep you up to date if any of your information like your usernames or credit card numbers are released in data breaches. All of that and more is available with Surfshark, and by purchasing a subscription through my link surfshark.com/Carlson, you can get 4 extra months of service and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, consider going to surfshark.com/Carlson to try out Surfshark today. Now, while Chick Hicks won his Piston Cup dishonorably and will probably never get close to defeating Lightning McQueen again, I think throughout his career, he had a chance. I mean, let's start with his specs. According to Cars, the Essential Guide, Chick Hicks actually had a comparable V8 engine to Lightning's full race V8 with 750 horsepower. Of course, Chick's specifications were slightly less powerful than Lightning's, but honestly, it's an impressive loadout for a car who had been racing for over a decade. I mean, knowing how Lightning became an immediate sensation with just a bit more power shows how Chick absolutely had the raw power and speed to go the distance throughout his career, especially since his main competitor was using a 426 Hemi engine that topped out at 200 miles per hour in his glory days. Before Lightning McQueen showed up with a peak speed of 220 miles per hour, the truth is that Chick absolutely was one of the most capable race cars in the Piston Cup circuit. Yes, today he has an outdated angular design compared to Lightning or Jackson Storm's aerodynamic curves, but there were many years where Chick had the machinery to win. So why couldn't he make it happen? Well, it wasn't his team that was holding him back. Chick Hicks actually had an extremely loyal and dedicated group of vehicles around him who believed in him through all of the good and bad times. And they proved themselves to be the second best pit crew behind Team Dynaco. Like in the bonus features in the Blu-ray release of Cars, it's revealed that Chick's crew chief had stuck by him for over 10 years. And the same can be said for many members of the pit crew. Bruiser Bukowski, the most notable member of the crew, had literally been friends with Chick since they were in high school, and he had stuck by Chick in the pits throughout his entire career. Bruiser is even described as being Chick's #2 fan since the #1 spot was already taken by Chick himself. I mean, Chick's team even showed their support by wearing mustache grills at every race. Chick had the raw talent, a fantastic team, and I mean, on the surface, it seemed like he had a killer mindset too. Chick Hicks is officially described as a ruthless competitor who was prepared to win at all costs, and he was actually said to have been indoctrinated into this belief by his father. According to the comic The Rally Race, Chick Hicks was shown to have been raised by a cruel and brutal father who commanded him to be a winner, and he inevitably fell in line. Chick Hicks grew up to compete for glory, fame, and money. He expected to never show weakness and to always dismiss those who were defenseless and vulnerable, vehicles his father referred to as losers. And sure enough, it's easy to see this mindset was carried on to the track. Chick was aggressive, he constantly antagonized the race cars around him, and he even wrecked cars anytime he could. Chick was a completely brutal and unsportsmanlike competitor, and the truth is that it took him pretty far. I mean, he was close to the king for 10 long years. Yeah, he came up short most of the time, but having that kind of longevity to remain in competition for the top spot is an incredible feat in and of itself. Chick may have not had the victories and the trophies to back up his incredible career, but his commitment and persistence was there. But personally, I don't think Chick Hicks was destined to take second place forever, because his career overlapped with two of the greatest race cars in history. Yes, the King and Lightning were incredible. I mean, to put it into perspective just how dominant the King was, the Hudson Hornet is one of the great founding racers in the sport, and he won 3 Piston Cups. The King won 7. And of course, the only other race car to achieve that level of success is Lightning McQueen himself, who would also win 7 Piston Cups throughout his career. At least so far. The fact that they both raced against Chick Hicks is brutal. There's no denying Chick was going against an unprecedented level of excellence with the King and Lightning on the track, but he could have beaten them. I'm not saying it would have been easy. Chick Hicks peaked during the reign of the King and began to decline during the rise of Lightning McQueen. Those are difficult circumstances, but I don't think Chick took the necessary steps to overcome them. So what was Chick Hicks actually missing? Well, in my mind, I don't believe Chick Hicks actually had the right mental framework to become a champion. Chick had the talent, the team, and the drive to win, but the truth is that his mindset was self-destructive and it kept him from the mentorship he needed to become great. While Chick's father may have tried to turn him into a winner, I think he actually created deep insecurities within his son, and this isolated him to his own detriment. For one, Chick Hicks didn't create relationships that would have allowed him to develop alongside the race cars around him. Instead, Chick became volatile and prideful, and he showed no respect to the elder statesmen of the sport. And all of these moments blocked Chick's ability to form a community. In contrast, Lightning thrived off the energy from his friendships during his racing career. He had fun with his friends in the pit crew and his friends on the track, which made the races, the training, and even the losses more enjoyable. Lightning kept coming back to the world of racing with an enthusiasm to grow with his peers. But most importantly, Lightning allowed his ego and pride to fade away. Sure, Chick Hicks had a lot of potential, just like Lightning McQueen, but it wasn't raw ability that transformed Lightning McQueen into a champion. That only gave him a spot at the start line. What got Lightning the Piston Cups was the wisdom and guidance he received from his relationships. Vehicles like Doc Hudson gave him the ability to win.
This ain't a one-man deal, kid. You need to wise up and get yourself a good crew chief and a good team.
The tactics, the mindset, the real-world experience is what someone like Chick Hicks actually needed. But of course, Chick never built the relationship like that, so of course, he never got to the next level. So, how good was Chick Hicks? Well, to me, I think Chick had everything going for himself. I mean, Chick almost had the raw power of Lightning McQueen a decade before Lightning's rookie season. On top of that, he had assembled a loyal team that believed in him, and he had the mental fortitude and the determination to remain competitive for years against some of the greatest race cars of all time. But along the way, he cut himself off from the racing world and they dismissed him in return. And in the aftermath, he plateaued as a race car, leaving him as second best. Chick Hicks was so close to greatness and he threw it all away. Well, let me know what you think down in the comments or over on our private Discord server, The Imaginative Club, which you can gain access to through Patreon. Over there, I love chatting about what I'm researching about, the movies I'm watching, and new trailers as they release. I really rely on everyone who gives feedback over there on what I should make next. And if it sounds fun to go deeper into our community of Disney fans, right now I'm offering a free trial of the Backstage Pass, which of course includes access to the Discord server. So check out the Patreon page down below. And finally, I'm Isaac Carlson. Thanks for watching and have a magical day.